Are we rolling? Hello, I'm Ilana. I'm here at the Desert Daze Music Festival in the campground. So far, so good. We arrived pretty early yesterday here and got in pretty seamlessly. We heard from the distance something suns. Solar suns, yes.
Jump on it, ride on it, ride on it, funky ghetto starship. Yeah!
And they were pretty funky. But the first band where I got to see the full set was Feels. They were really awesome. Just went for it. Like, they were very punk rock and just very raw also, and just played their instruments with just such power and authority, moving the whole time, like clearly into their sounds. It was, you know, three girls at the front, very much like a girl power, strong feminine vibe out there. They were like one of the first bands I saw that like commented on Trump, and they had this song that was like, fuck Trump, that everyone was getting into, so that was cool. Oh, and the two singers in there can really sing also. Like, they had some nice slower tunes where they did like harmonize and everything, and they have really nice voices, so it's not just like punk and screaming. They showed that they have range also. Yeah, it was really good. Okay, so after Feels, we made the trek over to the right tent, which is basically on the other side of the campus here, to see Mild High Club, who had a time slot of 4:20. Not ironically. They were very like polished, very jazz influenced, very just kind of intelligent rock. Like, their piano player was really phenomenal, doing all these jazz licks all the time. Their music was a little bit more like complex with like the rhythms. Yeah, you could just tell like these guys went to jazz camp. And the lead singer was wearing like a Santa hat. I'm not sure what that was about, but it was funny. They seemed just kind of like laid back, like maybe they all met in college or something. Just kind of, they were all like going to college for jazz and then got a group together, and they're just kind of like jokers who like to smoke pot. The Mild High Club. We saw a little bit of Death Valley Girls. They were okay. They had an interesting stage prop with the big devil like going like this. That was like blowing in the wind, like doing that. So that was kind of funny. It was mostly like hard rock, some punk rock also. Had a few good songs, but after a while it just kind of all blends together and sounds the same to me. After that, yes, Temples. Another like heavy rock, kind of maybe experimental rock. But then Toro Y Moi was after that. Was my favorite of the night for sure. They just got the whole crowd dancing. They have such a powerful stage presence. They look so into the music that they're creating. And they have like a little percussion section, including the drum set, two keyboards up there, you know, and then also just guitar and bass. And this woman that they said was new to the group was also playing on the bongos too, so that was kind of a nice little touch. But yeah, they played a lot of their, you know, dancey tunes, some stuff off their newer album, like Buffalo was really good. What I liked was just looking around, you could see how happy everyone was listening to this music. Even like the security guards, press, like they just looked so into it. Like they would take a photo and then stop and kind of like groove along to it. It was a really stellar performance. Yeah, it was just one of those things where, like, when you hear something that comes together so like cohesively, it's just so good. you just kind of like lose yourself into the music. And so I definitely had one of those experiences with Toro. That was my favorite of the night, and he closed the set with Rose Quartz, which is one of my favorite songs from them also. After that, I saw a little bit of the Sonics, because that's, they're kind of classic. But then I saw that Thao and the Get Down Stay Down were going to be playing at the Right Tent again, so I decided to go and try and catch some of their show before seeing Washed Out. So I went over there, and wow, I was really glad that I made the trip out down there. This woman, her voice is just so powerful. It is a little bit experimental rock, but they had a lot of like headbang worthy moments. Yeah, I was just really pleasantly surprised. Like I wanted to stay there for the whole set, but I also wanted to catch Washed Out. So after that, I did head over there. So Washed Out, they had said that they hadn't played a show in a while, so that was cool that they were able to come out for this. It was very appropriate. It was like pitch dark, chill wave music. Perfect way to kind of start winding down the day. They played like a good mix of some of their more recent stuff and some of their earlier stuff off New Theory. They even played the Small Black cover, Despicable Dogs. That was cool. And just really, yeah, chill. I mean, I really wanted to hear them play Feel It All Around, the Portlandia intro. I was able to stay for that, and then before heading over to Beach Fossils, who I really wanted to catch their whole set. So headed back to the Right Tent, which was just completely dusty at this time. Beach Fossils started playing. It seemed like they didn't really get a sound check or something, but they nonetheless made the best of it. They were like, oh, I don't think our monitors are on. Oh well. Their set was full of energy. They played 2 new songs also that I was really excited to hear. It sounded a little bit different from what they've been doing before, like a little more of a full sound rather than just like reverby, jangly like licks, They played some of their slower stuff also, like Sleep Apnea. And this was also the first time I heard the audience ask for an encore. They're like, one more song, which, it's a festival, so they can't really do anyway. And you could tell that people who were there were true fans. They were like singing along to the songs and everything, so that was cool. So then I closed the night with Deerhunter, who had the coveted 12:10 a.m. time slot. Just a really interesting set. The lead singer, who's like, 6 foot something, came out in a khaki water repellent suits or something, but with a hood completely over him, so he looked a little bit like an alien. He was doing some interesting like sound effects with his voice just while he was talking. He did even take a moment to talk about like Alan Vega from Suicide, who recently passed away, and how much of an influence that his music was. They played a lot of their hits like Snakeskin. I really enjoyed their set, really tight sound, and this guy's voice just is incredible. It's really powerful, like you can really hear it all throughout the desert. They did actually come out to do an encore, asked which songs we wanted to hear. One was Agoraphobia and the other was, I don't remember the name. They ended their set with an extended jam session of one of their songs. Just like that, yeah, the night was over, and that was the last band. So yeah, that's a wrap on Friday.